In this video, we're going to learn about the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and how does it benefit India. I will also briefly summarize the present geopolitical situation of the countries who are involved in this organization. SCO stands for Shanghai Cooperation Organization. It is an organization that seeks political, economic and security alliances. Now, which countries are part of it? When you look at the term Shanghai Cooperation Organization, as you know, Shanghai is a place in China. That means China is very much part of it. After that, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. Looking at these four countries, you can easily imagine that Russia is also part of this organization because Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, they were part of the former Soviet Union. Then India and Pakistan are also members of this organization. So in total, there are 8 member states. Now let me put all these countries on a world map. If you look at these countries, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan, although they were part of the former Soviet Union, but presently they are part of Central Asia. And then countries like India and Pakistan are part of South Asia. China is part of East Asia. And finally Russia, it is a country that stretches over a vast expanse of Eastern Europe and Northern Asia. That's how the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is also referred to as a Eurasian Political, Economic and Security Alliance, and also partially due to the fact that all these member states are part of the Eurasian Plate. Now this organization was announced on 15 June 2001 in Shanghai, but it came into force on 19 September 2003. However, initially Uzbekistan, India and Pakistan were not part of it. At that time, it was called as Shanghai 5 Grouping. I'm talking about 1996. Uzbekistan joined in 2001. And finally, India and Pakistan joined in 2017. The Heads of State Council is the supreme decision-making body in the SCO. It includes the President or the Prime Ministers of the respective member states. They shall approve the budget of the organization, discuss major issues related to political, economic and security matters within the organization. After the Heads of State Council, the Council of Heads of Government, which is usually the Prime Minister, they are the second highest council in the organization. After that, the respective foreign ministers discuss the situations and agendas. The Heads of State Council meets once in a year and adopts decisions and guidelines on all important matters of the organization. Military exercises are also regularly conducted among members to promote cooperation and coordination against terrorism and other external threats, and to maintain regional peace and stability. The SCO is the largest regional organization in the world in terms of geographical coverage and population. Whenever India and China are part of any group together, their population accounts for about 36% of total world population and 67% of Asia population. And when you look at the combined geographical area or the combined percentage of landmass that Russia, India and China forms is roughly around 20% of the world landmass. This organization is also regarded as the Alliance of the East due to its growing centrality in Asia Pacific and has been the primary security pillar of the region. You can somewhat compare this with NATO. Just like NATO is often referred to as the Western Nations Political and Military Alliance, similarly the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is regarded as the Alliance of the East, but in reality it is not. Just for namesake, it is referred to as Anti-NATO Alliance. The SCO has 4 observer states. They are Afghanistan, Belarus, Iran and Mongolia. The role of an observer state is just like that of a new employee. At your workplace, you must have noticed whenever a new employee joins, that person has to sit next to an experienced employee. It is called shadowing. Basically, the new employee has to shadow and observe how a work has to be done. Similarly, in any international grouping or organization, the role of an observer state is to observe the functioning of the organization and how discussions and meetings are conducted. After being an observer state, they then get to be a dialogue partner, where they are gradually allowed to be part of discussions, where they are given opportunity to engage in dialogues. So currently there are 4 observer states in SCO and there are 6 dialogue partners. They are Azerbaijan, Armenia, Cambodia, Nepal, Turkey and Sri Lanka. Now let's do some straightforward talks with respect to India. The most important question to ask is, what does this membership actually mean for India? The answer is very straightforward, but before answering that, I will just explain the scenario. Please look at all the countries that are part of this organization, whether it is a member state or an observer state or a dialogue partner. Now let me point out all the countries that India has serious and legitimate concerns with. The first one is China, then Pakistan. Nepal and Sri Lanka, as you know, are heavily influenced by Chinese politics as well as economic investments. Most of the investment are part of the Belt and Road Initiative. As you all know, the massive China-Pakistan economic corridor is part of China's expansionist plan of getting access to the energy fields of Central Asia. China has also gained control of Sri Lanka's ports through its debt trap diplomacy. Then there is Chinese investment in railway lines, power plants, and many more infrastructure projects. In a nutshell, China is the largest investor in Sri Lanka today. Now coming to Nepal, China is the largest source of foreign direct investment in Nepal. China's funding is evident across major infrastructure and energy projects in Nepal. These include the West Sethi Dam, the Pokhara Airport, and Upper Trishuli Hydropower Project, and many more such infrastructure projects. Although Nepal has historically enjoyed close economic ties with India, but presently Nepal is enjoying the Chinese investment, and that is making Nepal tilt towards China. Now coming to Turkey. As you may know, Turkey is also a member of NATO. If you look at the geographic location of Turkey, Turkey is very much aware of its geographical advantages, and it is a strong regional player. If you all remember a little bit of history, for the past 100 years, Turkey has been in a very strange position. It was first surrounded by the Europeans, and then the Russians, and then the Americans. The Americans are leaving, the Russians are not coming back, and the British are busy doing other things. Suddenly, Turkey is unfolding its wings. It exercises a lot of control over sea trade from Black Sea to the Mediterranean Sea. If you all remember the Armenia and Azerbaijan conflict, Turkey openly supports Azerbaijan. And then India in March 2020 has supplied military radars to Armenia, who is a political opponent of Azerbaijan. Then last year in October 2019, India has threatened to cancel a $2.3 billion project with Turkey to co-manufacture ships for the Indian Navy. And when India removed Article 370 last year from Jammu and Kashmir, the Turkish president criticized this move and showed open support for Pakistan in the United Nations. So overall, what I'm trying to say is that over the past couple of years, Turkey's relation with India is not that of a natural ally. The geopolitical situation is not that great, and I'm not saying it's bad either, but it is not great. On the other hand, if you look at Turkey and China relations, both share a common vision over challenging the hegemony of the United States and their created institutions. Apart from the issue on the Uyghur Muslims, China and Turkey has a lot to benefit from each other. China has a lot to benefit from Turkey. As you know, Turkey is a NATO member, with a large market for energy, infrastructure, defense technology, and telecommunications sitting at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa. On the other hand, China can provide the cash to Turkey for funding high-profile mega projects in developing the Turkish economy. Otherwise, Turkey always has to seek financial help from Western-dominated institutions such as the International Monetary Fund. So both can benefit from each other. Now if I have to answer, what does this membership actually mean for India? And the simple and short answer is not much. Because whatever may be India's interests or primary goals, it will be cancelled by the fact that the organization has India's key rivals as members. Anyways, I hope you found this video informative. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching it.